What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of No Holds Barred Wrestling Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle. I'm alone in the studio today. I don't got any of my co-hosts, so we're just going to jump right into it. What a week it's been here in WWE. I haven't released a podcast in a while, so I'm just going to wrap up from last Monday night's Raw up until now. Wow, it's been an insane week. We'll just start off with last Monday. If you all know, last Monday there was this big winter storm in the northern eastern part of United States. They had huge amounts of snow. They almost canceled Raw, which was crazy. I thought they were going to cancel Raw. We were never going to have Raw. I mean, that Raw is like the longest episodic television show in history, so like it would have been crazy. But they still ended up having Raw. It was crazy. They had it everything from the WWE headquarters in Connecticut, which was pretty sick. I knew there was going to be a match. There's no ring there. You can't really set up a ring in a headquarters, which would have been cool and funny if they actually did. But anyways, they had it at the fucking headquarters, and they had were interviews all night, which was kind of boring. I mean, they called every interview an exclusive interview, which is not really exclusive. I mean, you can interview whenever the fuck you want. But I know I had to improvise, and I know I had to get their shit together fast because of the weather. I did sort of a good job with the interviews. What they did, though, during Raw, if you guys watched, they showed the two main events of the Royal Rumble for free. I mean, yeah, it gives us something to watch, but, like, really, you just handed it out for free when you brag about making people buy the network or pay-per-view to get it, and you just show it on Raw the next day for free? I mean, that's kind of bogus, man. Like, I didn't really get it, but whatever, we'll move on from that. It's a crazy couple interviews. They interviewed Daniel Bryan, they interviewed Brock Lesnar, and they interviewed Roman Reigns, and they had a face-off between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman asking Roman Reigns questions. It was pretty bad. I mean, I guess you could easily tell if you look back that Roman Reigns is reading his lines, and and he's getting fed the lines. It wasn't anything his. I don't understand how Roman Reigns does Roman Reigns have like really bad mic skills and they just don't want to show it, and he's now going to have to like get fed lines from Vince McMahon and the creative people? Like, it's pretty bad. I mean, he must be terrible at making his own lines if it's really getting to this point, because his lines are just even worse. I don't think they can even be any worse than what they're feeding him. Like, it's just straight garbage what they're feeding him right now. But anyways, I was right, and then they announced that because the next day was supposed to be the SmackDown, that's when they're supposed to tape SmackDown on Tuesday, that was going to be canceled as well. So they told everyone that Thursday we're going to show SmackDown live, and it was. So Thursday came around, SmackDown was live. It was actually pretty sick. It was probably the most, I don't know, I guess you can say relevant SmackDown in a while. I mean, because literally all their SmackDowns are garbage. You don't want to watch it. It's all basically like watching main event for 2 hours. But this SmackDown was actually pretty sick. They had like most of the Raw guys there, and basically did matches that you'd see on Raw. SmackDown, like, this is what they need to do. They need to make SmackDown that relevant every week, and people, they wonder why people tune into Raw more than SmackDown. If you want them to tune into both shows, then you're either going to have to split the roster up, or you're going to have to make both shows relevant like that. Or like, stop putting Raw 3 hours, make it 2 hours with SmackDown, and put the same kind of show for both days. Like, continue the storyline from Raw into SmackDown. Like, this is what they need to do. I don't understand why WWE just chooses to like scrap SmackDown every goddamn week and just put like half effort into it. But SmackDown was all right. Then we got an announcement from Triple H on SmackDown saying that tonight, basically on Raw, he was going to make this big announcement, and it was concerning the WWE Championship, controversy at the Royal Rumble, and Roman Reigns. And if you watch Raw tonight, I'll just jump into Raw. Triple H opens up saying like there's controversy in the NFL, and now he's taking shots at the NFL, and now there's controversy in the WWE with the Royal Rumble match, saying The Rock shouldn't have been in it, and that's the only reason why Roman Reigns won. Then Roman Reigns comes out and says otherwise, and Daniel Bryan comes out and says he basically deserves a title shot because he got the title stripped away from him and didn't have a rematch, which does have a point. I'm glad they're going to put Daniel Bryan in, because that's why I wanted to see Daniel Bryan. Then Seth Rollins comes out and says that he wants to be in it too, because he says that he stole the show at the Royal Rumble. Then Triple H books Daniel Bryan against Seth Rollins for the main event of Raw. The winner will go on to Fastlane to face Roman Reigns, and the winner of that match at Fastlane will go on to WrestleMania and face Brock Lesnar for the title. Now, that's basically just screwing Roman Reigns out of his like title shot at the Royal Rumble. I mean, you're basically saying like, okay, Roman Reigns, I know you won the Royal Rumble and have a shot at WrestleMania, but now it could be taken away from you. Like WWE has done this in the past, but kind of feel bad for Roman Reigns in a way. So, but other than that, Raw was all right. Pretty good match between Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt. I want to put out there. And WWE keeps teasing you. Michael Cole even, they keep teasing this Undertaker return because Michael Cole was talking about Bray Wyatt's last interview, saying like he fears no one alive or dead. And there's kind of like a dramatic pause after that. Like they're kind of hinting like, oh, okay, the Undertaker is going to come back and we'll see if Bray Wyatt's going to be afraid of the Undertaker. So I'm glad that feud is going to start up soon. Hopefully it starts up in the next couple of weeks because WrestleMania is almost around the corner. And at the end of Raw, Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins, really epic match. A lot of shit went down. Big Show coming out, Roman Reigns, J&J Security, all that mumbo jumbo. And Daniel Bryan ends up winning, which is crazy because I thought Seth Rollins was going to win it. I thought they were going to go the predictable way and have Seth Rollins win, face Roman Reigns at Fastlane. But now that Daniel Bryan won, I don't know who's going to win this match at Fastlane. Like they could just end up burying Bryan again and having Roman Reigns get his title shot, but you never know. Something else, like I kind of have a feeling that it could be Roman Reigns, but then like maybe Seth Rollins interferes in this match and then it ends up being a fatal four-way or ends up being a triple threat or else. I mean, who knows? I mean, this is just building anticipation. So this is good what they're doing right now. I like what they're doing. WWE is doing a really good job with the main event at WrestleMania. So much hype behind it now. I'm going to have to tune in for more Raw episodes and what happens at Fastlane. But other than that, around the WWE, I guess they keep discussing with Bubba Ray Dudley about him coming back to the WWE in the future, but it's all really up to WWE and what to do with him. I mean, it's tough to have someone like that come back in like a part-time / full-time basis, whatever Bubba Ray is up to doing, and whether he passes the physical test to do all that stuff. So it'd be pretty neat to see if Bubba Ray Dudley came back and kind of feud with someone like maybe like a Bad News Barrett or Randy Orton kind of thing. But other than that, it's been announced that the Cena Rusev match at Fastlane is for the U.S. title. This is going to be sick. I want to see Cena get the U.S. title back and have a run with it. I think it'd be pretty cool. It's finally something I can cheer for John Cena for, and other than this other hot garbage of him always being in the main event all the time and for the WWE title. I think that John Cena is the one to defeat Rusev. It only makes sense and to end a streak and then win back and win the U.S. title for the first. And they can do a huge story with the U.S. title and John Cena. So I hope he wins it, and I hope they go on a good run. Maybe even bring back the spinner belt as jokes for a bit, and that'd be kind of cool to see. But yeah, John Cena Rusev will be for the U.S. title at Fastlane. Whether or not that's going to be a clean match or maybe doesn't end up being a clean match and they end up having their title shot rematch at WrestleMania and John Cena wins it at WrestleMania, which kind of makes even more sense, keep putting that hype behind John Cena. But other than that, not really much news around the WWE, guys. That's like highlighting right now. If there's any more news, I'll put up another podcast, so stay tuned. I'm your host, Kyle, and that's it for now.
I'm not down with your bad intentions. I'm not down.